What Dragon Ball opinion will get you like this? I'd say the Universe 6 Saiyans and how they can become Super Saiyan. Okay, so this video is in relation to my initial video about a Dragon Ball opinion that will basically have tomatoes thrown at me. Like, this is the long explanation video for why I think the Universe 6 Saiyans having the ability to go Super Saiyan without much training or like with a tingle in their back. That's not quotes, that's actually something that they said, but less training than, the Universe 7 Saiyans is actually not a bad like concept. Let's just get into it a little bit. So I'll try and keep this video short, but first let's start with Kappa, because Kappa is the first Universe 6 Saiyan that we meet, right? And what's one obvious thing about him? He doesn't have a tail, okay? And in his universe, at least in the anime, none of the Saiyans had tails. Like, we're talking about a Saiyan race that never, one, left planet Sadala, and then two, was never wiped out by you-know-who. So this alone makes it make sense for how them becoming Super Saiyan or achieving Super Saiyan can be totally different than the Universe 7's past. Like, this is an evolutionary group of Saiyans, basically. So now let's go to the actual scene where he explains how he became, or what he feels when he goes Super Saiyan. So now in this scene, you have him explain how when he first went Super Saiyan, he said he felt rage and a tingling sensation in his back. So what Vegeta mentioned to him about anger, he didn't mention anything about tingling sensation in his back. This all came from Kappa and what he felt. So when he explains it to Khalifa, she does the same thing, because she isn't able to turn Super Saiyan based upon rage, which is what obviously we have known throughout the context of Dragon Ball, what it's used for, what that emotion does for the Super Saiyan transformation. So when she uses the tingling feeling, she becomes a Super Saiyan instantly. And for Kale, she doesn't necessarily use the emotion of anger per se, but the emotion of guilt to turn into the legendary Super Saiyan. So what I'm trying to justify is that these evolved Saiyans do not need rage to turn into a Super Saiyan. And for a race that is the Universe 7 Saiyans is a warrior race that uses their strategic, their strategy to do everything, achieving the Super Saiyan state, especially being in their devolved form, their primal forms with tails, and which is in a sense is kind of making them weaker, which I can explain later. It's not so much a hindrance to the story is what I'm trying to justify. Like, this is not bad to the Dragon Ball story that you have, oh, these Saiyans, they can just turn Super Saiyan instantly. Like, when the tingling sensation in their back, it's like, well, these are evolved Saiyans. Like, their entire history is totally different than Goku and Vegeta. So that's just my opinion.